Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Tower of God New World. In today's video, I want to pretty much have a chat with you guys and talk about why I feel like this game is literally the most underrated game in the gacha market right now. So you guys already know, in every single gacha game, like, the deciding factor of a gacha game is whether or not the game is free to play friendly or not. If a game is extremely pay to win, you guys already know that most players are not even going to touch the game because it's pay to win. But for Tower of God, it's like you basically have a choice. Yes, there is, pay to win aspects in this game, but you're not forced to spend money on this game in order for you to progress and have fun. The only time I feel like it would be mandatory for you to spend money in order for you to pretty much be the best at this game is if you're participating in PvP. PvP in every single gacha game, it's pay to win. That's just a fact. Like, if you want to be the best in gacha games, if you want to be on top of the leaderboard, you have to spend money. It's just a fact that you just can't get away from. So when it comes to PvP, of course, pay to win, obviously. But when it comes to progressing in adventure mode, when it comes to progressing through, the main content of the game, PvE, and fighting bosses, you don't have to spend money in order for you to have a really strong account. Now, my account, I did spend some money on this account, not a lot of money. I would say probably below 100 bucks. So I'm currently on adventure of floor 51, stage 3, and my account is really, really good. For like, an account that, doesn't really spend, like, for an account that didn't have a lot of money spent on it, I will say this is a very decent account overall. And the fact that I'm able to make it to, floor 51 without spending insane amount of money on this game is a very good sign. So, free to play friendly or not, this game is literally the best free to play game in the market, and that's just a fact. It is literally easy for you to max out an SSR unit. There are events where they literally give us free copies of characters. If I come over here to the boost mission, you can literally get copies of, a character in these boost missions. And what's even good is the fact that there is no time limit. None of the characters in this game are time limited except for collab characters. But every single unit you see here right now, you can get them whenever you want. In most gacha games, there's always a time limit. There's always a limited banner where, oh, you can't get the character after their banner is up. You have to wait, for the rerun. In this game, there are no reruns because you can get the characters whenever you want, which is really, really good. So you see these characters right here, this unit right here, let's say Hats, for example. Hats, this guy was on, I think he was brand new, like 2 updates ago. He was introduced into the game, and I can still get this unit, which is really, really amazing. So when it comes to, you getting characters, you don't have to worry about saving up your resources to get a character a year later. No, you can get them whenever you want. So that's one of the main things I really like about this game, is the fact that you have access to summon for any single unit you want to. Even for SSR plus units, you can come over here to the black market, and when I check the wish list, you can literally select whichever SSR plus unit you want. It is insane. So that's one of the biggest things I like. Like, that's one of the main things I like about Tower of God New World, is they give you access to pretty much have any single unit in the game. You don't have to worry about waiting for a long time just to, get the unit. You can get them whenever you want. And I feel like that's a really good thing, because in order for, let's say, brand new players who are just now coming into the game, in order for them to have a really strong account, they have to have, units that are pretty much good. And most of the time, units that are good, they got released like a year ago or a couple months ago, and they don't have access to that unit anymore. But in this game, it doesn't matter. You'll always have access to any unit, no matter what. Now, when it comes to rewards, it's just absolutely insane to me how you can literally use soul stones to get multiple copies of SSR units and SSR plus units. As you guys can see, I can literally get 17 copies of an SSR unit right now. I'm just saving this up for, a future upcoming SSR unit. That's why I haven't used it yet. But it's just crazy to me. It's so insane how I can use this whenever I want, and I can just get a bunch of copies of SSR characters. Like, that is so crazy to me. So I will say when it comes to the SSR Soulstone, this is like an absolutely amazing system, especially for free-to-play players where even though you didn't get a copy of the unit in the normal banner, you can still pretty much get a copy of a unit through the SSR Soulstone. There's like a chance of you getting that unit, which is really amazing. So that's really dope. And we also have the SSR selection chest and SSR plus selection chest where you can pretty much choose whichever SSR unit you want. Like, this game is so free to play friendly. The amount of times I've seen people come into my comment section and tell me that they came from Seven Deadly Sins, and that game is extremely like, it's not really free to play friendly. And when it comes to this game, it's like totally different. Like, the fact that they're able to max out a unit immediately after playing the game for just 2 days is just crazy. So those are like the two craziest things when it comes to how free to play friendly this game is. The fact that you can get so many copies of SSR and SSR plus units by using the Soulstone mechanic, and you also have the selection chest as well. And what's even more crazy is the fact that they literally give you a trial run where they give you an opportunity to test out the brand new SSR Plus unit for like 3 days, and you can pretty much synergize the new SSR Plus unit with one of your SSR Plus characters that you have already. It's just so crazy. Like, I can literally test out any SSR Plus unit I want whenever I want. Like, I don't even have to summon. I don't have to summon for the character to get them in order for me to use them. I can just use the trial system. And what's even better is you can use this trial system in adventure mode. So if you're stuck on a specific floor, and let's say the new SSR plus character is absolutely cracked, you can use the trial system, use that trial SSR plus, and pretty much climb through adventure mode. It's just so good how they implement these options in order for you to pretty much progress as a free to play player. It's just so good. Now, when we take a look at the revenue for Tower of God New World, so these are pretty much all the games that Netmarble made so far. You have Solo Leveling. I have no idea what this game is. You have Marvel Future Fight, the King of Fighters Arena, King of Fighters All Stars. You have all of these Netmarble games. And what's really impressive to me is the fact that Tower of God New World is actually, it's not above Seven Deadly Sins when it comes to revenue last month, but is really close to Seven Deadly Sins, which is really impressive. So Tower of God New World is not making, insane amount of money compared to Solo Leveling or Rise. And I feel like the reason why is because Solo Leveling, a lot of people enjoyed the anime, so therefore that's what pretty much dragged them to play Solo Leveling or Rise. But for Tower of God New World, I will say the audience for, I'll say the community for Tower of God New World isn't that big. So I do feel like if a lot of people like the anime, they should definitely try out Tower of God New World because they would definitely like it. Now, we'll take a look at the YouTube channel for Tower of God New World. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the game started off really strong. If we look at their most popular video, they had 48,000 views for their first update, the September update. So their views, the views for the game isn't that good, to be honest. You have 19k, 18k, and then when we look at our most recent videos, you have 4.5k. So we can all agree that the views are definitely not that good for the game, which is why I said that this game is completely underrated, because most of the things that not only viewers or players complain about in gacha games, but also content creators, the main things that people complain about when it comes to gacha games is how pay to win gacha games are, and how pretty much repetitive the gameplay is. But in Tower of God New World, it's like you're not forced to spend money on a game to be good. As long as you pretty much do your research, you watch videos, you watch guides, and you read characters' kits, as long as you understand how the game works, you can literally progress perfectly fine without spending money. That's what I really like about this game. Now, when we take a look at Google Trends, so Solo Leveling Arise, you guys can clearly see that it's doing pretty good. A lot of people are searching up this game all across the world. Now, when I search up Tower of God New World, so if I search up Tower of God New World, you guys can see that, it's not popping off as much as Solo Leveling Arise. So this is one of the main reasons why I feel like this game is extremely underrated, because if I'm being honest, man, there should be a lot of people searching up this game. I feel like the thing, like the number one issue for this game is exposure. I feel like this game doesn't have enough exposure. That's why I'm trying my absolute hardest to make so much content on this game so that one day we can get, bigger content creators, or we can reach to a point where, you know, we can become like, because I'm pretty sure, if I'm being honest, um, we are the top. Like, I'll say that this channel is definitely like the top channel for Top God New World. Before that, you had content creators like Vulcan, but now I'll say it's me. You have Conan Win, who's also making content on this game. There's not a lot of content creators making videos on Top God New World, so the number one thing that's holding this game back is exposure. If we can get more exposure, and if we can get more content creators making videos on this game, we can definitely pop off. Now, when it comes to issues in this game, I will say there's not a lot of issues in Top God New World. I'll say one of my biggest problems is the fact that this game still doesn't have a PC client, which makes absolutely no sense to me, because Solo Leveling has a PC client, Seven Deadly Sins has a PC client, but for some reason this game doesn't have a PC client, which makes no sense. So they should definitely come out with the PC client for this game. And another problem is optimization. We need an optimization update. Playing this game on mobile is absolutely frustrating, and I do feel like playing this game on PC isn't that bad, but on mobile it is terrible. So this game is in desperate need of an optimization update, and I'll say those are like the two major problems. Yeah, we got clapped right there. We're gonna retry that, but those are the two major problems. Other than that, this game really good. Events, when it comes to getting rewards, sometimes you do have to, spend a lot of suspendum in order for you to pretty much get all the benefits in that event. Like, there's like an event exchange shop. You have to spend, a couple suspendum in order for you to get the SSR plus limit breakstone, which is frustrating, especially for free-to-play players. But other than that, the fact that we have so many opportunities to get, you know copies of characters without even spending money is just so good. Like, there's not one time where I would have to spend money to max out an SSR unit besides collaboration. The only reason why I spent money for collaboration is because those characters, they're no longer going to be accessible. You won't be able to obtain them after their event goes away. So Seven Deadly Sins collaboration and Seven Nights, those were an exception. Plus we have a couple collaborations coming up. But other than that, man, this game is just underrated. It's underrated as hell. Like, I really hope that we get more exposure. And like I said, most of the issues that content creators address, let's say for games like Zenless Zone Zero, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, one of their biggest problems with those type of games is there's no longevity and there's a lot of yapping, especially with the story. In this game, you don't even have to play the story. You can just watch the show and then you can play the game. Like, you don't even have to play the story at all. So when it comes to yapping, this game has no yapping at all, which is really amazing. And when it comes to in-game content, adventure mode, Trials of Chaos, you have so many game modes where you can pretty much test your account's potential. You can test to see how strong your account is, and the difficulty is really high in this game. It's really high, especially for free-to-play players. Team comps are absolutely needed. It's just good, man. It's just good. Like, for this game, it's like I actually have to use my brain in order for me to, organize team comps for, my viewers. It's just an amazing game overall, and there's not one single day where I would tune in to Tower of God New World. I would go into the game and I'm like, man, there's absolutely nothing to do here. That never crossed my mind at all. There's always something to do in this game, and that's what I really like about Tower of God New World overall. There's always something to do, and you're incentivized to play the game. One of my biggest problems with games like Genshin Impact is there was no game mode or no in-game content for you to test your account's potential. Like, if I have artifacts, why can't I use it to pretty much fight the hardest bosses in the game? Why are there no raid dungeons? Like, the difficulty in that game is just so low to the point where team comps don't matter, meta doesn't matter in that game because it's easy. But in this game, team comps matter, the way that you build your characters, they matter, because the game is actually difficult. So that's one of the main things I like about this game is you are incentivized to actually use your brain, and you're incentivized to summon for meta units. So that's one of the main things I really like about TOG. So that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about with you guys today. And I just wanted to make a video talking about this because the amount of times that I've seen, people complaining on so many gacha games, and Tower of God New World is literally just sitting right there in the corner, and they're like, guys, I'm right here, bro. Try me out. And I'm like, dude, this game is so good. I don't understand why it does. Like, I understand why the game doesn't have a lot of fame. It's because of exposure. Some people don't even know anything about this game at all, which is crazy. And I will say for Netmarble, hopefully they do. How can I say this? I just hope that they put in more effort, because they're definitely putting effort in this game for sure. But I definitely hope that they put in more effort when it comes to creating more exposure for this game, creating more ads. We definitely need more ads for this game. Whenever somebody's watching a YouTube video, we need more Tower of God New World ads. That's like the best way for people to know about this game, is if they see an ad and like, okay, what is this game? Let me go ahead and try it out. So making ads for this game, I feel like that's like a really smart thing for Netmarble to do for Tower of God New World. And yeah, man, that's like the only issue for this game, is there is literally no exposure. If we have more exposure, the game will be successful long term. So that's pretty much it, man. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. I really appreciate it. And tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Is this an underrated game? Is it overrated? Share your opinions and thoughts down below. But I'll be catching you guys on the next one. Peace.